Okay, so my name's Jack Campbell. I've been at garden school for around a year and a half now. I'm a mathematics teacher, but I'm also the head of Crest House, and I also teach the liberal arts strand of the enrichment curriculum that's delivered to Year 12 students. Enthusiastic, incredibly engaged, but I'm counting that as a hyphenated single. So enthusiastic, incredibly engaged and inspiring. So from a teacher's perspective, I've developed so much professionally. There's a real culture of professional development, of reflection, of teachers teaching to each other. So I've really developed as a professional. So for me, that's probably the #1 strength of the school from a teacher's perspective. The students are great to teach as well. They're incredibly engaged. They're really fun to teach, really fun to be around. But there's also a wonderful sense of community in the school that I perhaps didn't appreciate when I was applying for the role. And it's something that I only really began to get my head around when I actually came to GIS and saw the parents, the staff, the students all interacting and working brilliantly with each other. So I take the lead in kind of coordinating the applications for students applying to Oxford and Cambridge at garden school. I work very closely with a number of members of staff to do this, and I attended Oxford myself. I studied philosophy, politics and economics, and working with students in order to successfully apply to these incredibly competitive universities is something that I really enjoy. The application process for these universities is fairly unique. The incredibly challenging and in-depth interviews that students have to undergo in order to be offered a place at Oxford and Cambridge is something that I think I'm in a good position to support the students with. And I'm fortunate enough to work very closely with staff from across the school, from a whole range of faculties, in supporting the students. So they have both my kind of broad support, which takes place in we call it the Oxbridge CCA, so it's a co-curricular session that we run after school on a Wednesday, which is kind of, we look at general interview techniques, we look at what they can do as individuals to prepare themselves, but then they also have subject-specific time with their mentors who are, if they're applying for geography, they'll have a geography teacher as their mentor. If they're applying for engineering, they'll have maybe a physics or a mathematics teacher mentoring them. So the teachers give up an incredible amount of time to support students because it is such a challenging process. I think GIS is an incredibly innovative school. I think it's the calibre of the teachers, so it's individual teachers within the school are incredibly innovative. It's an incredibly inspiring group of teachers and leaders who work here. But at the school level, there are a number of really kind of inspiring things that and innovative things that they are putting in place in order to give the students a unique and a brilliant start in life. The large-scale inquiry programme, the real focus on conversations for learning, one-to-ones between students and staff, even within the context of a normal kind of whole-class activity, is something that's absolutely brilliant. And then for me, the #1 kind of innovation that that I feel I gain the most from is the protected Friday afternoon professional development slot, which for me has really allowed me to develop my practice. During that time on the Friday afternoon, I have written blogs, I've delved into areas of my subject that I haven't looked at before. I have delivered training to other colleagues on particular things that I feel I can give to other colleagues, and I've also received incredibly high quality training from other professionals. So there's the kind of mutual reciprocity that staff have working with each other. three words I would use to describe GIS are challenging, rewarding, and I'll go with inspiring. For me, We Are GIS really sums up the idea that there is a real sense of community here. Yes, there's a primary school, a secondary school, and an early years centre, but there is also one overarching kind of GIS community spirit that you can see just from walking through the canteen, from walking down the corridors, from interacting with parents at Wednesday morning parent workshop. The We Are GIS really sums up the idea of community within the school.